Today's daily dose of math is about calculating a weighted mean. Mean is the average, but a weighted average means that some of the values are worth more than others. Both of my examples have to do with grades in a course. Starting over here, there's an old math course I used to teach that was comprised of 4 different books. And the books numbers were 4101, 4102, 4103, 4104. But the first book and the last book were each worth 2 credits. And the 2 middle books were only worth 1 credit. So let's say a student got these 4 grades in those 4 books. The student might think all they have to do is add the 4 numbers together and divide by 4 the way you normally do when you calculate an average or a mean. And they would get their average for the course. If they do this, they will get 306 divided by 4, and that will give them an average of 76.5%. But this is the wrong answer, because they are not taking into account the fact that the first and last books are worth double. They're worth 2 credits instead of 1. So a better way of doing it is to say, I'm going to add 70 twice, then the 80 and the 88, and then add the 68 twice, and then divide by 6. This is going to give me 444, which when I divide by 6 gives me a final grade of 74%. And this is the correct grade. What's happened here is that the correct grade is a little lower than the student might have thought, because it just so happens that their 2 lowest marks happened on the 2 books that were worth 2 credits instead of 1. This is how we calculate a weighted mean. And here's another example. In science courses that I used to do, there often was a marking scheme where the lab was worth 20%, the midterm 30%, and the final exam 50%. Let's say a student got these grades, 90, 50, and 56 on those 3 parts of the course. We might think we add 90 plus 50 plus 56 and divide by 3, which would give us 65.3%. Approximately, because that's rounded. But this is the wrong answer. We have to account for the different weighting of the different parts of the course. We might be able to find a way of doing it that looks like this, but I'll show you another way. We can say 90 times 0.2, the decimal version of 20%, plus 50 times 0.3, plus 56 times 0.5. Doing this in the calculator, we end up getting 61%. So the grade the student actually got on the course was not 65.3%, it was 61%. The difference, why is it lower? Because here we were counting the 90 as if it was worth just as much as the other bits, but it isn't. It's worth smallest amount of the components of the course. This is how you calculate a weighted average, a weighted mean, and this is today's daily dose of math. Please like this video and subscribe.